Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our christening party. What a great day this is. On behalf of Yacht Starship and Pirate Water Taxi, we got a great evening planned for you. We got a lot of great food aboard the yacht and some great drinks. So we're going to make this as brief as possible, and we're going to get you inside to have a lot of fun and hopefully get you out on the water this weekend on some great new water taxis here in Tampa. So before we get started here, I'd like to acknowledge some elected folks that we have here in the audience. Commissioner Sandy Merman. Commissioner Merman. City Council member Guido Maniscalco. Did I get that right? And you're going to hear from the mayor shortly, so I'll save the introduction for him. So I'm going to give a quick overview of what we're doing here this evening, and then I'm going to introduce Santiago Carrata from Visit Tampa Bay and the mayor to close it out. And after the mayor speaks, we'll invite our children down to the water taxis to do the official ceremony of breaking the bottle of champagne over the bow, and then we can get this party started. This all started about 15 years ago, and it's made possible by Yacht Starship. 15 years ago today, 15 years ago, we brought Yacht Starship here to Tampa, and many people don't know this, but we were actually sailing across the Gulf of Mexico to come to Tampa when 9/11 happened. So it was a very challenging time to open a business post 9/11, especially in the tourism and hospitality business, but there's no greater city in America to do it in. The folks here in Tampa welcomed us with open arms, and we grew our business at a phenomenal pace all the way up into those recession years. We got through those recession years. I like to joke with folks and say, hey, we went from counting ice cubes to now buying boats again, so it's a very exciting time for us, and it's a terrific day. So I could not do all this without some very special folks on our team that helped me run the company. Our executive management team consists of my wife, Jill, who runs our sales organization. Has been here 15 years with me. Jill. Dara Hyman is our Vice President of Administration. Dara's in the back there. Dara's been with us 14 years. Eric Abril is our Director of Event Services and Brand Standards. Eric's been with us 14 years. We have Andre Select, our General Manager. Has been with us 5 years. He runs the operation. Where's Andre? Back. He looks like Secret Service in the back there. That's him. So, Captain Tom is our Manager of Marine Engineering as well as Regulatory Compliance. Captain Tom's been with us for 3 years. Moved his whole family down from Chicago to be with us. Captain Tom. And Captain Bo, a new addition to the executive committee here in management, comes over from Pascagoula, Mississippi, and he's been with us 6 months, and he's our new senior captain, managing our captains here at Yacht Starship. Captain Bo. So it's a great day for a fifth-generation Mississippi River pilot from New Orleans. I get to name 3 vessels today after my children. I can't tell you, being in this business all my life, what an honor that is for me and what a personal reward it is. So it's an incredibly exciting time. We've got a lot of bets going around our house to see if they got the horsepower to break the bottle and who's not going to break the bottle and whatnot. So it's a very exciting, a lot of trash talking going on. And my youngest son, Patrick, has a special relationship with the mayor because the mayor invited him to cut a ribbon on the Riverwalk, and ever since he did that, every weekend he's wanted to go cut another ribbon on the Riverwalk with the mayor. So he was very excited to know you're coming tonight, Mayor. So some very special companies that have made this possible. These vessels were completely renovated and basically in brand new condition, and we couldn't have done that without some very special folks. And one company that really stood out is Gulf Marine Ship Repair, one of the largest shipbuilding companies here in Tampa. They just did a great job doing all the metal work and fab work on the boats. We've had the boats here in Tampa for about 4 months now, working on them solid behind the scenes. We had them buried behind one of the big dry docks over there. So it's been just a great job that they've done, and I couldn't say more about the folks at Gulf Marine Ship Repair. They're just outstanding. What a terrific graphics package. All the signage, that's done by Signs Now. Their president and CEO, Monica Mears, is here, and the vice president, Eric, is here. So They're located up in Carrollwood, Northdale, Mabry, and they did an outstanding job, and I'm sure they're happier than I am that this day is here. So no more calls, we need one more sign. So Spectre Contract Flooring did all the great teak flooring on the vessels. Mastery Engine Company supplied our new engines from over in St. Petersburg, and Interbay Paint supplied all the paint, another local company right here in the Port of Tampa. We have some great community partners that have made this possible. First and foremost, the City of Tampa. Bob McDonough with the city has just been tremendous to work with, and Rick Hamilton here at the Convention Center. We're very, very lucky to have those folks working for the City of Tampa. I couldn't have had more fun working with them, and it's just been terrific. So thank you very much to the City of Tampa, and Mayor, you got a great team there. Port Tampa Bay, who is our license holder, our landlord in the port here. We've been with them for 15 years now. They've been great to work with through this process as well. And the Coast Guard, who's our regulatory agency that we go through to certify these vessels so we can carry passengers for hire. There's very special team members that worked particularly hard on this project and went above and beyond. First and foremost is Captain Norvin Fagan, who was in charge of the renovation of all these boats and be in charge of the captains once they get in service. So Captain Norvin, I know you were up there on the upper deck having a nice cold bud. So enjoy it, you deserve it. So Captain Tom McElroy got the boat certified and went through Coast Guard inspection. Captain Tom. Captain Bo Smith, who's just been picking up all the loose ends and certainly couldn't have done it without you, Bo. We're certainly happy to have you here on our team now. Selver, is Selver here? Selver's our manager of maintenance. He does a great job. He's done all the painting on the vessels. And Taylor Vonderheide, our manager of marketing, she's gotten the word out, and she's done a pretty good job here, I could see. So. And Dara Hyman, our Vice President of Administration, has got all our permitting done and whatnot. So Dara, thanks a lot. Tell you a little bit about our history here in Starship. Been here 15 years. Folks may not know this, but we were invited here in 2001, January of '01, by the Super Bowl, by the NFL. And it's because of the Super Bowl we're here, more or less. We brought the boat here. The NFL Alumni Association participated in Gasparilla and saw all the wonderful things that were taking place here in Tampa. The Marriott Waterside was new. We were building a streetcar. We had Channel Side. We had the most beautiful convention center on the water, and it was just outstanding. So we were operating in Biloxi at the time. We decided that this was a much better location, and you know the story. We sailed across the Gulf when 9/11 happened, and the rest is history. And it is history because we are Florida's largest dining yacht company at this time, and that is amazing. I asked Dara before we came over here, I said, how many employees we have now, Dara? I'd like to recognize it in a speech. We have 130 employees working for our organization now. We're America's first 3-diamond rated dining yacht. Puts us in the top 28% of all restaurants. And our most recent award, we're the best holiday party venue here in Tampa, as voted by the Business Journal readers for 2015. We're also a consecutive Best of the Knot winner for weddings for the last 5 years. So it's a great place to get married as well. So whether it's a group event or just a special night out, we promise we'll create a sea of memories for you and your guests. So now enough about Yacht Starship. We'll talk a little bit about Pirate Water Taxi. This dream of mine started 15 years ago. I actually wrote it into our license agreement with the port. Never really thought I'd use that paragraph of the license agreement this long from when we wrote it, but 15 years later, here we are. 2006 was actually our projected date to do it. A very special person that helped us out early on with this process, and he came down from Chicago, is Captain Mike Borgstrom. I don't know if Mike's around. He may be on the boat having a drink, but Mike flew down from Chicago and did a charrette with the Downtown Partnership to talk about water transportation. He operates the oldest sightseeing company in Chicago, Wendella, at the foot of Michigan Avenue, and he's a very dear friend, and thanks for coming down and celebrating the day with us. We've been talking about this for an awful long time. You're a great friend, so thanks a lot. So we have a fleet of 3 water taxis, which you'll see here off to our left. They're certified for up to 46 passengers. They have a restroom and a snack bar. Our captains will be dressed as pirates, as you can see. We even have a mascot, Yo-Ho Joe, was named by Miss Dina Van. So what a great name. Where's Yo-Ho Joe? He's back behind me? All right, Yo-Ho Joe. So, and Joe Lopano, don't steal that. So our hop-on, hop-off service is going to have 13 stops. It's going to run currently from Channel Side all the way up to Eulalie on a regular basis. we'll have a vessel passing here every hour on the hour, going north and south. We have up to 3 vessels, so we can run 2 boats. We could do a 30-minute service, and 3 boats, we could do 20-minute service, and they are available for private charters. We'll see a lot of groups moving around privately. We see a lot of rehearsal dinners at Eulalie, at Malio's, at Jackson's. We see fun trips out, going down the Channel Side, bowling at Channel Side, Splitsville, and first and foremost, going to the Amalie Arena for a great concert or a hockey game, and hopefully that season runs a couple extra months this year, so we could use it. So we're also going to extend down the Florida Aquarium in months to come. We have to build a dock down there to accommodate us and the Bay Spirit down there, so we're working aggressively with them to do that, and hopefully we can get that done to service the American Victory ship as well as the Florida Aquarium with this great new business. Rarely do you get an opportunity to open a business where you have such a positive impact in the community. And I could tell you, the most rewarding part about doing this is the phone calls I've received from everyone saying, how do we get involved? How do we have a stop? How can we work with you? And if you think about it, this is the connectivity for everyone. We connect all the attractions. We connect the restaurants. We bring the hoteliers out. We make them stay longer. We're now different from other areas in the state of Florida. You can come down and stay downtown and get an all-day water taxi pass and just spend hours and hours going to the beautiful attractions we have here, the museums and the restaurants. So it's just a wonderful connectivity component that brings it all together, and it's very, very exciting. It's a great value. It's $15 for all day, and it's $8 for children. So it's just a wonderful tour. And this weekend, if you ride, it's going to be $10. And kids are free, and $1 from every ticket is going to go to a great organization called Friends of the Riverwalk, which supports the Riverwalk here in Tampa. So we hope you get your friends and family and come out this weekend, spend it with us on Pirate Water Taxi, and if not, we'll be here for the next 365 days a year, 7 days a week, running schedules from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. weekdays and 10 a.m. to midnight on the weekends. So tonight's party will go on till about 8 p.m. this evening. We're going to welcome a few more speakers here, and once the mayor finishes speaking, we'll go down, christen the boats with a bottle of champagne, and wish them safe sailing and good luck. And then we'll adjourn, and I can assure you I'll have a cold beer after this week. So, and it will be a Budweiser, Mr. Keeston. So with that said, I'd like to invite Mr. Santiago Carrata, who is a good friend and runs a very great organization here in our city. And no doubt Yacht Starship would not be here without him. And it's Visit Tampa Bay, Santiago, President and CEO. Come on up, Santiago.
You know, Troy is such a class act. He's thanked so many people, right, for making this possible. And I want to thank Troy and Jill, because they believed in Tampa and Hillsborough County when it didn't look this well, when it didn't look this good. And you know, when tourism works, this is the result. Troy has invested, and when Troy and Jill do something, they do it right. From having the largest fine dining fleet to now water taxis, when tourism works, the private sector invests. And I'm telling you, tourism is working in Hillsborough County. We have broken records for the last 3 years. We continue to break records. The U.S. is doing well and Florida is doing well. Well, Hillsborough County doubles and triples the U.S. and Florida numbers as far as tourism. And we couldn't be prouder of this incredible destination and the way it has evolved. Joe and I were chatting before the opening tonight, said, wow, what has happened in Tampa? From the Riverwalk to the restaurants to the attractions to a busy waterway. Mayor, invest in some more Marine Patrol, because you have some busy waterways out here right behind us, from paddle bikes to paddle boarding to water taxis to e-boats. We have it all, and a great destination to boot. So it's our job to continue to drive individuals and families to visit Hillsborough County, Tampa. They're going to enjoy this water taxi. From events, he mentioned the Super Bowl, to conventioneers, to leisure travelers. We're here to continue to drive visitation and make sure, Troy, that you have a very successful water taxi business. We're here to support you. And again, thank you for including us tonight. We know it's going to be a success, just like the Yacht Starship. He mentioned weddings. You got to believe in a product. I got married on that boat. So I can tell you that that is the boat to get married. So if you think about getting married, get married on the Yacht Starship, because my wife and I, every time we come on board, have some real fond memories of a great night. And I'm telling you, you couldn't find finer food on the water than on the Yacht Starship. So again, thank you all. This is a great community. It works because we have a great mayor, we have a great city council, great county commission, great airport, port, economic development organizations. We work together to make sure that all of this happens. So thank you so much, Troy and Jill, for your investment.
I tell you, that geese skin guy, he's got good service. So it's always good when the mayor and Santiago speak, because you know you're going to hear a good joke. And since Santiago didn't tell one, I'm sure the mayor's going to tell one at Santiago's expense. So with that said, I'd like to introduce the greatest mayor any city could wish for, Mayor Bob Buckner.
No jokes tonight. You're off the hook, Santiago. Troy and Jill, congratulations. I mean, this is an amazing day, and I know how long you have aspired to do this. This is your passion. This is your love. This is your adopted home. You are Tampanians now. You are not New Orleanians. Is that correct? Is that how you say it?
New Orleans.
New Orleans. You are Tampanians. But you know something, as I was walking down here and I was looking at all of this, I mean, looking at Sail Pavilion busting loose, looking at these pirate water taxis, looking at all the other boats that are going in and out of our harbor, looking at the pirate ship, you know, framed in that great sunset, and thinking about where we were 5 years ago and where we are now. One of the most exciting cities in America, a city that has absolutely come alive in ways that most Tampanians never imagined. This is a city that literally is on fire, and it is because of amenities like this. It's because of a downtown like that. It's because of a waterfront, our best asset, that we had turned our back on for generations, that has now come alive and is vibrant and is a destination for not only locals, but for tourists and visitors from all over the world. You know, when you walk down that Riverwalk and you listen to those conversations, and you hear people, even fifth, sixth generation Tampanians who walk on the Riverwalk who had not been downtown in 15 years, and you listen to those conversations, and inevitably what you hear is, dang, what happened here? When did all of this occur? And you see their chests start to puff up, and you see that pride in their spine as they stiffen up, and they are proud to be Tampanians, and they are proud to live in this city that they know is on the verge of something really, really special. And if you think about how far we've come over the last 5 years, just think about where we will be 5 years from now. A city that will be the envy of the nation. A Riverwalk that will be completed, anchored by restaurants and retail. You think about the west side of the river, where the development has now leaped the Hillsborough River and is starting to build on the west side, so that river becomes the center of our urban experience, not the western edge. You think about the bike share program. You think about the activity downtown. You think about the fact that this is an 18-hour-a-day city that doesn't roll up its sidewalks at 5 o'clock anymore. This has become the city that we had always hoped we would be. And we're not done yet. So Troy, this is a big day for you. This is another missing piece of the puzzle for us. But this is just the beginning and not the end. We got a lot of work ahead of us. 10 years from now, you're not going to recognize this place. This will be the place where the best and the brightest want to be. This will be that city in America that we had always hoped it would be. This is the place that we will be proud to call home, proud to be Tampanians. And ladies and gentlemen, we have just begun. Congratulations, Troy. Now, young men, we need you to get to work and bust this bottle of champagne, because we got more work to do, all right? You ready to go? Even if you're wearing those god-awful sweatshirts. Your father obviously couldn't buy a Penn State shirt for you, could he? I know, this one too. I'm not looking at him, he's my buddy. He did wear a Penn State blue and white bow tie. That's all right, Troy, let's roll, all right? Thanks.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to invite my wife up to say a little something about the christening ceremony here, and then we'll get started with the breaking of the bottles.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. For thousands of years, we have gone to sea. We have crafted vessels to carry us, and we have called them by name. These ships will nurture and care for us through perilous seas. Today, we come to name Pirate Pat, Captain Jack, and Latitude Lindsay, and send them to sea to be cared for and to care for the Manthe family. We ask the sailors of old and the mood of God that is the sea to accept Pirate Pat, Captain Jack, and Latitude Lindsay as their names. We wish all crew and passengers a safe, fun-filled voyage on their pirate-themed adventures here in Tampa. To them we ask to celebrate Pirate Pat, Captain Jack, and Latitude Lindsay. We will now move to the bow of the boats for their traditional christening by each vessel's namesake. Ye Pirate Pat.